All right, so it says we're live. Let me just go make sure. I want to be able to send out the links,
You're
and then
cutting
we'll
in and
get.
out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're cutting in and out. It's starting to lag again. And my router's right behind me.
Wait, what's going on? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you now. You're good. You were just cutting in and out real quick.
All right, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
All
You're
right,
good.
man.
I'm trying to see what's on live right now.
So can you see
Yeah, I
my
see
screen?
it. I see your screen. I'm watching it right now on Facebook.
Really?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm watching it.
All
Watching it.
right, dope. All right, guys. So just real quick, y'all. This is my first time ever doing a live stream for a podcast, so bear with me on this. I just found StreamYard today, and I'm super excited about that. I'm very, very happy that we're going to be doing this. And basically, what we're going to be doing today is I got a special guest with us, my homeboy. But first, before we get into that, I want to explain why I'm no longer the real side. So originally, that was the name, the real side. And the reason why I had that is because obviously realnse.com, the real side, it kind of fit perfectly. But I guess I didn't look it up. I could have swore I looked it up and there was nobody else by that name. But I just randomly looked it up last week and I was like, oh, wow, there's already somebody with a podcast, the Real Side Podcast. So I went ahead and changed it to the Nicolas Bowling Show. I like having my name in it because just for name recognition, I want to start getting that. So yeah, that's about it. This is gonna be officially the Nicholas Bowling Show. We're starting off where we left off on the real side, which is episode 3, and we're gonna be live streaming from here on out. And I got my boy Rollz here, and he is actually the co-founder of Real NSC. He's the one that actually came up with the name. Do you remember that, bro?
Yes, I do. I remember that night. We're going through it. We're picking up
Yeah,
like dozens of names, man. I do. That
yeah.
was fun, man. You know what though? It's been a fun experience and a fun ride doing this. I mean, I took a break from it for a little bit when my wife going through her stuff, but I haven't stopped following, and just you get with everything. Sometimes you get burned out after doing so much. We were every day and night 2-3 articles when we first started. Every day doing
Yeah,
articles.
man.
I
Yeah,
remember that, but it's been a fun ride, and I appreciate you bringing me along for that ride.
absolutely, bro. I mean, we've known each other for a while. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know what, maybe 7, 8 years now, huh? Longer than
Yeah,
that.
well, my daughter's what, 7? So we known each other since what, 2015, 2014, 15, roughly around that time.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's been a good hot minute.
yeah, a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, yeah,
You
a lot of fun jokes, everything.
yeah, bust each other's balls and everything,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
But
the man that got me into fish tanks.
yes, sir, damn right. Nico Aquatics.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Don't forget to look that up.
Oh yeah, and that's coming back too. So yeah,
I can't wait, man. I've been missing those.
check this out. So I'm trying to share our feed right now to
Hmm.
some friends, and on Facebook it says it won't even let me share it without a warning. It says the election
What?
results. Like we're trying. Wow,
Really?
Facebook is uh, authoritarian shit.
It's communism, bro. I said, well, I see it shared. I got it right here. I said, please go to, and it tells us the big text. I got that.
All
Because
right,
you
we
got
got
Mr. Zuckerberg on there.
it. All right, so I just shared it. My mom wanted to see. So, all right, so let's jump right
Hi,
into it.
mom.
I don't think she's in yet, but
Why she not?
not yet. But all right. So here's something here I wanted to talk about. Oh, before we do that, I know what affiliation politics are you?
Baby, I'm conservative, man. I'm, I'm conservative, man. I
Hey.
consider more like independent conservative. I do have some. I look and everything else, but mainly is more conservative. I have my views. I believe in my Christianity beliefs. I believe in a lot of things. What's best for this country, freedom. My family came over here for looking for that American dream from Cuba. My mom did on my mom's side. My dad came from Germany, but my mom came from Cuba, escaped communism, the revolution. They had everything over there, got that taken away, came nothing with the clothes on their back and started the life. And if it wasn't for my grandparents setting that foundation, I wouldn't be here today thanking them for what I have today.
Absolutely, man. So that was nice. God bless them for that.
Hmm.
All
You
right.
you kind of in
So
the same boat I am a little bit with your grandfather.
Yeah. I'm part Cuban. For those who don't know, I'm a quarter
Hmm.
Cuban, and I got some Irish in me, obviously, because of the red beard.
Right here, look at that German. Look at the German right here.
Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, let me get your opinion before we get into all this, because we're going to be talking about a lot about the 2020 election and the voter fraud.
The
What do you
main
think?
topic.
Yeah. So, what do you think happened? I mean, what is your thoughts? What do you think happened, and what do you think is going to happen moving forward?
It's it's a lot of everything going on, man. I mean honestly, it's
Yeah.
got me up to here.
Mhm.
Everything I had to turn it off for about 2 weeks. I was so sick and tired, and I'm like, yo, this can't be happening. This is unreal. This is one day is this, and then they stop, and then they jacked up numbers to another way. I don't know. I think there's a lot of fraud in with politics. You nothing is truthful in politics. Nothing.
Yeah.
The politics is a dirty game. Hell, they even use mafia tactics at points.
Yeah, dude. They during that night, I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if you followed up all. Did you stay up all night?
Yeah, and
Like
I
what
got
time?
tired.
What time did you go to bed?
About
On
two in
the
the morning.
Yeah, on election night.
About two
So
in the morning, man. 2 in the morning.
yeah. So basically, I stayed up until about 8, or no, yeah, it was probably about 8.
About I got the text when you told me you were going to bed.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go back on that because I guarantee you we can timestamp it.
Yeah. So whatever time it was pretty late, and
Let's see. It
I'm an old man.
says, yeah, you already said. You said, "Fuck, I'm tired. Trump will win," and it's 9:07. That's exactly what it said.
Yeah, I feel you. So yeah, like there was a point I posted it on my Facebook. I said, I'm going to bed. There's no path to victory for Biden," and there wasn't, because Trump was up for Georgia, he was up in North Carolina, he was up in all these other states, and there was no path to victory with where the amount of ballots or votes left. It said like 80-90% in. So I said, screw it. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I had to work the next
Mm.
day, so I'm out. And I went to bed, and then around probably 2 or 3, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I checked it, and then all of a sudden, not only did they not call the states that Trump was leading in and was 95 to 98% in, which I found very weird. He was still at 213, I think it was. But also
Yeah, he was.
so basically, also he wasn't even in the lead anymore on those states. So I'm sitting
No,
here
he
thinking,
dropped big time.
yeah. So I'm like, what am I dreaming here? I was like half asleep, so I went to go take a piss. I'm like, what is going on here, dude? So I couldn't go back to sleep at that point. So I'm like, I'm looking, and I checked, Trump's feed and all that, and on my Twitter feed and Parlor and all that, and they were basically saying, that there was a bunch of ballot dumps, and I was just all this information was coming at me, and I'm like my head was gonna explode, and I'm like, what is going? Like, okay, if he was up by 600 or some astronomical amount of numbers in Pennsylvania, and then I saw that they stopped counting in like Michigan and Detroit, all these places, and then magically ballots. They said, okay, so everyone go home. I don't even know if you know this, but they said everyone go home in a bunch of places.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did. I did that. They stopped it. Go home for the night.
Yeah, and then they basically escorted all the Republican poll watchers out, and then they closed the door on them and said, "All right, let's start counting again." And then they had all these, wheelbarrows and bags and trucks drop off, and there's videos of all this. There's videos of all this that I posted on Real NSC and
Hmm.
other stuff. People have exclusives and witnesses and testimony affidavits, and this was 100% stolen. And I just want to get your take, man. What do you think?
I'm I'm right there with you, man. I think like I said, there's shady tactics involved in a lot of this going on, especially a lot of the videos. Certain things, you hear one thing, then another outlet, you hear another thing, so you can't a lot of these outlets, some of them have flipped to the other side, and you can't trust where you're getting your information from. So we as the people are kind of stuck in limbo because we're like, what's going on? We know what's going on, but they're trying to force feed us something else, and I don't like it. And I really think, my honest opinion, 45 won,
I,
and I think he's gonna, that it was taken from him, and stuff like that. And like you said, he's not gonna concede, he's not gonna stop until it's proven fact.
yeah. I was telling my mom this when this all happened. He said, "Man, what's gonna happen now?" And I said, "Well, let me tell you something. They got the right one. They're
Yeah,
fucking with the wrong one. They got
right.
the wrong people. They got the wrong president because this may have worked with someone like Bush or even Jeb. Jeb Bush because they're really like
Mhm.
pushovers. But with Trump, he's gonna go. He. I wouldn't be surprised if he went broke trying to fight this. Like his own money, like went bankrupt trying to fight this because that's the type of person he is. He will
Mhm.
fight his ass off until if he believes in something and you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying. And he's not gonna let us down
Yep.
because he
No.
knows how loyal we are. And they got the wrong ones when it comes to the deplorables. Us the his
Mhm.
supporters because
Mhm.
we're gonna fight too, man.
Heck yeah, we will. I mean, like I said, I told my mom. I was talking to my mom, and my mom's big into the politic game, and I thank her for getting me into it a little bit more. Getting my knowledge up because as a kid, I didn't really follow it. Growing up as a young teen, I didn't follow it. Just recently with you and everything else, I started, gauging. Okay, this is real. We need to stay. What do you call it? I'm lost the words right now, but we need to keep this at the forefront. We need to pay attention to this. So I was talking to my mom. I'm like, what do you think, mom? Like, what's gonna happen? You think, she goes, she doesn't want him to Joe Biden to win. She's more of Trump. I mean, this to the level where she was having some type of panic attack a little bit because she's scared that it's going to revert to communism. And the way there are communism things going on a lot, and you can talk to a lot of my friends about it that come from Cuba. A lot of them, I have friends on both sides of the spectrum, on the Democratic side and on the Republican side, and I don't fight with none of them. Do when they say their opinions, they say their opinions and all that. But to me, this is shady, bro. This is real shady, and what's going on. I don't like it because it makes us as to the world how they're seeing us. They're looking, look, they don't got the shit together. Look at that. They one election got screwed over.
Yeah, and
And then they
yeah,
got and everybody's going against each other. You got the right against the left, this against that. Everything else, and that's not how we should be. You know,
yeah,
they stole this election and they're making there's never if they and that happens and that gets away with it, there will never be a fair election.
dude, spot on with that analysis. And that's what I wanted to have you on because you are think just like I do with this shit because you're exactly right. If they can and just think how easy it was for them. Yeah, they did it sloppily. I guess that was the word, but they
Yeah,
did it very sloppy. But
just think of it as a test run.
that's exactly what it is. And then they also said they did it in 2018, but because of COVID.
Hmm.
Now look, we can get into COVID. We're gonna get into that, but
Ah,
we're gonna get into it, but a little later. But
I
they,
got a tickle in my throat.
yeah,
No, 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 but no, 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 no offense to anybody that has had it. Downplay. I'm not downplaying the virus at the same time. It is, you know, it is out there. It is scary. My wife had it and I had it, so it is
yeah,
scary.
yeah.
But we'll get
I
into
mean,
that.
yeah. I mean, well, yeah, we'll get into that later. But they use this that we wonder why we're looking at the numbers, and it's like, wait, the numbers don't add up as far as COVID deaths and recovery rates and everything like that. It's like not adding up, and then it kind of hit me. It's like, well, they're obviously using this to scare people into using mail-in ballots so that they can use mail-in ballots as fraud. I mean that's the bottom line. Now I'm not saying that the Democrats created COVID or COVID doesn't exist or
The
anything.
China virus.
I'm saying that they saw this as an opportunity, and they jumped on it and they said that probably it was a big coup with all the media, the
Mm-hmm.
mainstream media. Let's push this like it's extremely deadly. If you get it, you will die. Stay home, to obviously tank the economy because that was Trump's biggest attribute, biggest asset. Tank the economy, and then we'll use mail-in ballots to take the election.
Yep. And I had actually speak of that. Talk about the election. I want to tell you a quick little side story that happened to me. Okay, so I'm going there, and my wife. It's funny is I'm been registered Republican since I was 18 years old. Okay, and every time during this whole election, you know how everybody's getting those mails, hey, vote for me, vote for this. This is it coming in the mail.
Yeah,
In the mail, I didn't get nothing in the mail. Okay, get this. I didn't get nothing. Hey, vote for this. Da, da, da. My wife, registered Democrat. Okay, she was getting everything about. Oh, we need you. We need you. My other daughter, again, the same thing, right? So come to the election time, we go to the library. My wife already had her mail-in ballot, but she turned it in at the box right there. She didn't mail it off. She went to the polling place and we turned it in. She turned hers in. I took mine over there. And they had a problem with mine though. And this is the second time it happened. The first time when we voted in the first election, they didn't take my. It wasn't scanning for some reason. They said, "Oh, you gotta do it again." So I did it again. It didn't scan again. So I did 3 times the first election. It finally took.
yeah.
This time, when I went in there, the lady's looking at my ID, looking. She looks at my signature. She goes, "Oh, that's not your signature." I go, "Excuse me." And I'm like, she goes, "You can write your signature." I'm like, "I did." She goes, "Are you sure that's your signature?" I don't. It doesn't add up. I'm like, "It's the same fucking signature." Excuse my language,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's the same signature. But I was like, "Whatever, bro. No, no biggie." Yeah, okay, it worked, and brush off your shoulder and keep on going. So, but yeah, that's my little story there. I was like, So, but yeah, I'm like, really, you gonna fight me over a signature? I mean, so, but you're saying making ballots, you need to have an ID. How are you voting without an ID?
Bro, oh my god, dude, this voter ID is probably one of the most annoying parts that of the left. Like, what is the argument to not require people to have an ID? There's none. First, they say it's racist, it's voter suppression, because they say this isn't me. This is the left. Many on the left say, including Democrats in their party in Congress, they say, well, black people can't afford an ID. So
Why you gotta
who
bring race involved, man? Like,
exactly?
really?
It's like, what? Who's the racist? You're saying that black people are either what, too stupid or too lazy or too broke to get an ID?
That's
I mean,
wrong to label anybody that, man. I mean, I don't care what
that's
creed,
what.
religion, or race, man.
And then they also say, well, if you don't have, I mean, okay, who doesn't have a driver's license?
I mean,
Many
some
people.
people don't, Some people don't. Some people, but they still have an ID. They still have a state ID that you need
Yeah,
to have. It's law.
they have a state ID, and they also you get a voter ID when you register to vote.
Hmm.
Now, one thing I would like to do, or I would like to see happen, is make mandatory voter ID across the board, like
That's a
here in
good idea.
Florida, across the board, and give everyone a state issued voter ID with a picture for free. As soon as you vote, you get that boom right in the mail. That's the way. That'll answer the question.
Or even better, like they're gonna do now, and I've been telling my wife they should have done this years ago. They're now making your driver's license on your phone as an app now. Instead of having you can have the hard copy now. Starting in 2021, you can have it now on your phone. So you know how people say, "Oh, I forgot my ID at home. I lost it." So you can't lose this on your phone. It's always attached to you.
Yeah, you always got your phone, man.
So you can't lose that.
Yeah, so that I mean, it just blows my mind that 2020 we don't have voter ID laws across the board. It's just I don't even know how to, like, it just blows my mind. I mean, you need ID to buy alcohol, to go to a strip club, to buy cigarettes, to buy NyQuil. I mean, come on.
Hmm.
We're talking about the election, bro. Oh man,
I mean, that's the beauty. That's the one thing that why a lot of people, especially people from other countries like Cuba, like some from Venezuela that experience a lot of the communism, you know, um, see because that what puts us at the top of the pinnacle in the world is our democratic system. We can vote. You know,
Yeah.
that's something that we should take sacred. No matter what party affiliation you are, you should take it sacred because not a lot of people can vote in this
Yeah.
world.
Yep. There was a video I think from Campus Reform. I think
Hmm.
they're pretty good. Like people go on campus and stuff and talk to people, liberal students,
Hmm.
and they do one thing that they'll tell people, oh, President Trump said this, and they'll say, oh wow, that was racist, but then they say no, that was actually Obama that said that.
Oh,
Like
I seen that. Yes, I
yeah,
have. I seen that. It's kind of like what Jay Leno and Jimmy Fallon used to do when they're talking to people. Who said this and all that? Yeah, I seen
yeah,
that. I seen that. I seen
yeah.
that.
But
I seen
they're the ones that do that. But they did one, I believe. I believe they were the one that did it. They went up to black people and said, "Do you have an ID?" And like everyone said yes. And they kind of just broke that narrative of like black people don't have IDs and shit. Like voter suppression to make sure that it just makes no sense. But I
I
want to.
just don't think why they gotta why they gotta race classify it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
leave
Well,
the color out of the situation. You know, everybody's in their own demographic. Everybody goes through things. You know, doesn't have to have a label.
yeah, because dude, that's what the Democrats do. They think that black people need them, and just like when Joe Biden said, if you're not black unless you vote for me,
I remember that was funny.
or if you vote for him, you ain't black. Meaning you have to vote for a Democrat if unless you're really black, because they think so little of the black community that they say you need us, so come vote for us. They are expected to vote Democrat, and it's sad
Or
because and we're seeing now, so many people are turning to conservatism and Republicans
and
across
now finally
the world.
talking about it. Yeah, talking about
Across
like
America.
my boy George Masvidal, man. He came out with that whole thing because he was right. No, it kind of if you're gonna want someone's vote, okay, I understand. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna go sell yourself. You're gonna go go to the what do you call it? Go out there and campaign and stuff. But
Yeah.
like what he did in Miami, he goes out there and hold on, hits his phone, Despacito starts playing. Like
Well,
how that's like telling a Spanish person, yo, oh, I like Spanish people. I eat rice and chicken.
yeah, just like you remember Hillary, what she
Hmm.
did with the hot sauce.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, come on now, that's rude to me. That's rude. Some people may find it funny. Like, I mean, yeah, I was like, what a jackass.
Yeah, dude. Hillary Clinton, for those who don't know, Hillary actually went in. She was at some black radio station, I think 102 Power 101 or whatever the fuck.
Oh, in New
And
York.
yeah, and then they were talking about something, and they were like, "Oh, I got hot sauce in my purse." Because black people like hot sauce, I guess. I mean,
No, I
it,
mean, yeah, a lot of people like hot sauce. I mean,
that's the equivalent of saying I got a 40 and a watermelon or some shit. Like, so
yeah.
stupid.
I mean, and to me, that's I don't know how some people take it. Like to me, I would laugh if even though you say rice and chicken, I'm like you're funny, bro. That's crazy, and I'll come back with something. I'm not gonna take it to heart, but still, at the same time, that is no matter
Right.
what demographic, whatever how you classify, it's still racist to a point.
What's
Oh, here we go.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
All
with
right.
you? Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you getting information right now?
You see that?
Yeah.
Bro, look at her. She says, "Yeah, yeah." Like, yeah, you're right. I'm hip. I'm cool. Watch this again.
Really?
Watch her
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Really? Are
Yeah.
you getting information right now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm cool. I'm one of you.
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I
yes.
just want you to know people
You
are
still
going
here?
to say, okay, she's
Yeah.
playing black people.
See?
Oh, that's Charlemagne.
Okay. Is it working?
You see that? Did you hear what she just said?
Is it working? Yeah.
She said you're pandering to black people. Is it working?
Wow.
Man, come on, dude. Come on. I'm trying to find that Jorge Masvidal.
There's my boy right there. You just right there.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
there's
go on. No, yeah, go on the one right. You just
I know,
you just
I
mad.
know, but I'm looking for
Alright.
one. Here we go, right here. Steven Crowder.
It's true. They are trotting out these celebrities, and I think that maybe they're losing a little bit of power because
They're going hard. They got J Lo coming out. They got A Rod coming out, and it's crazy because you have this guy that might be the president of the United States. Yeah, you're not asking him anything of what he's actually going to do policy wise, or create more government.
I wonder how many fans he lost in Miami.
Any of these real questions are stupid. Like Cardi B saying in the same sentence, "I want universal health care free for everybody, and I also want you to lower taxes." Like these are the people that we're getting in front of.
She's
I know
just disgusting.
Where's that money gonna come from?
You laugh because you understand, but a lot of people are like, "Yeah, that's awesome." Like,
that would be great.
How,
Like,
how does that make sense?
Oh my gosh,
know?
she's so. I don't know a whole lot about Cardi B. Like I've heard of music on the radio, but after watching that interview, when Joe Biden had given no interviews to any main Cardi B, I'm like, oh, okay. So I saw a Cardi B clip on Instagram, and I just hit her stories, and she's like, "Yeah, I cut my asshole cleaning my asshole because I got my nails. So don't try and clean your asshole if you don't cut your nails." I'm like, oh my god, this woman's just a pig.
The more you know about her, the worse it gets.
And that's who they're using to pander to us, you know, and they're really relying. That's what really bothers me. They're really relying that we're so stupid that this individual that just makes music, and whether they're good or bad at it, that's what they're known for, is the person that's asking questions, and not even good questions. Because I'm not going to discredit anybody. Maybe she could have got on there and asked some serious ass questions, but she didn't. And those are the games they're trying to use. We should automatically be like, this is not the movement for us. This is not the group for us. They think we're idiots.
Yeah, could have asked Biden, like, when you clean your asshole, Joe Biden, do you clean your nails? Yeah, come on, man.
Well, you're right, man. You could have asked a serious question.
Yeah, you ever watch Crowder? He's great, man.
Nah, I heard of Steven Crowder. Honestly, I have never watched it. Man, sometimes I go on YouTube and watch some other videos. Man, you know what I really watch on YouTube? You want to know? I really watch fishing videos and shooting videos.
Like going out and fishing?
Yeah, what?
Like fish tank videos?
No, like when I go out fishing in my backyard.
Got you. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's do a 3-piece here. So since we got
a 3-piece in the soda?
Yeah, 3-piece in the soda. Yeah, UFC fans will know what that is. So let's watch this one too.
President Biden, I've read some of your Black agenda, and you say that you would decriminalize marijuana. What's the difference between legalizing it and decriminalizing it?
And they just did.
Trying to find out whether or not there is any impact on the use of marijuana, not in leading you to other drugs, but what it affects. Does it affect long-term development of the brain? And we should wait till the studies are done. I think science matters.
I think we got decades and decades of studies from actual weed smokers, though.
Yeah, I know a lot of weed smokers.
I want to ask you about your running mate. I don't know if you saw.
He needs some.
The news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a Black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post.
Yeah, they want not a good candidate or somebody that has great values, but they want somebody of color. That right there speaks volumes to the left right there. Identity politics. Notice he didn't say, well, we want somebody that can represent our values and protect the Constitution or bring our troops home or protect life or, wants to lower tax. You know what I'm saying? That make a positive impact. We want someone who is of color.
And I, like I said, the color to me doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't care if you got a yellow person, a green person, whatever color. You know what I mean? And just if you want to get somebody that knows what they're doing, exactly. That's what we need. If you want to go ahead and get somebody like Candace Owens. Heck, I thought, even though I know it's not on his ticket, hell, if Trump does apparently lose in this or happens to lose, let's air quote it. But I think if he runs in 2024, which I know he will, I think he's gonna get her on the ticket.
Yeah, he said, "I'll see you in 2024." Now he didn't clarify that he's going to be in for that long, or if he's going to run again. So I think I don't know if he's going to run. I think if he loses, I think he probably is he's going to be around politics forever. He's going to.
Oh, I know what he's going to do.
Endorse politicians that he likes, and also hold campaigns for them, and also probably start his own political
his own network,
his own group. Yeah, network too, but mainly his own party, like a political party, like Republican. This probably like American First Party or something like that.
Well, remember when he was running, before he had to pick a campaign, he wasn't Republican. He was independent. He had to pick Republican.
He was,
and I think there should be 3 parties.
He was a Democrat for a long time, though.
Yes, he was. He was a Democrat, and a lot of these people turned on him after he jumped, and he started throwing his hat in the ring. But honestly, from what I heard, and this is just me reading up, and yes, I read up on political stuff, that he was gonna start his own network that's gonna rival Fox networks.
Yeah, because Fox is dead now after the stuff they pulled.
Yeah, and then
I think
everybody switching to Newsmax or OAN.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're both great. The that's why our traffic is way up on the site, because people want real news, man. Like conservative news and shit. And not going back to what Trump's going to do if he gets out of office, regardless of when that is. I think he really will form his own political party, probably like the America First Party. I think that would be dope, and I think that's what we need. I did a piece a long time ago for Real NSC that basically saying that we need to get rid of the two-party system because it's too monopolized. We need to have more options. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go back to this clip. I want to hear him say that you ain't black.
Go ahead. Black women are such a loyal block. And black people saved your political life in the primaries this year. They have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered.
Why are you talking about
multiple?
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Where is he?
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. In fact, I want something for my community.
You if you're black, you have to vote Democrat.
I remember when he said that, I was like, did he really say that? At first, I was like, Now, Nico, you follow the political game.
And then he came out and said, I regret saying that.
Now you follow the political game. I'm gonna flip the script on you since you were asking me some questions. Now, give me some insight because my mom was asking me about it, and I started reading about it a little bit. You heard of Section 230?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is that? So some of us, like myself, would like to be informed about it because I really couldn't understand a little bit of it.
Yeah, Section 230. It is a pretty kind of complicated sort of deal. So basically, in a nutshell, and I'm not going to say I'm an expert on this, but Section 230 is something that was passed by Congress that makes it so that social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, etc., cannot be held liable for things that are posted on there. So
that's fun.
And it differentiated themselves from being a platform and a platform and I think an editor or publisher. A platform or a publisher. So like a platform is just people come on to use it and they do their own thing. A publisher is you're allowing them to do this on their platform. So it kind of basically differentiated the two and gave them basically immunity of anything that's posted on their platform.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Yeah, and I know there's a video that can explain this much better than me. I'm sorry, man, but
yeah, no, you're good. You're good because my mom was texting me about it just now, so that's why I read about it. I was trying to I'm trying to gauge it and trying to understand it. I'm like, and she asked me because I sent this to my mom right now. And stuff. Your mom commented on it, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll try to find a video eventually and try to play that. But yeah, definitely Section 230. They violated it just because basically they're censoring certain people. So that would make them the opposite of what they're claiming to be. So that's why Trump is actually thinking about vetoing it.
Yeah, I saw that.
They absolutely are violating Section 230 100%. Me personally, I have been affected by this. I have almost 27. No, I actually just broke 27,000 followers, and I get no interaction. All of my tweets are basically censored. You have to actually manually click them in order to see them.
I remember you telling me that and showing me it when it started.
Shadow ban. It's funny how on Parler and Gab, two free speech platforms, my interaction is way up, and my the actual visitors on the site is way up, something that they can't touch. But only on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter are all my stuff's kind of nobody. It seems like nobody cares what I say, but believe me, they do care. And that's why I devoted January 21st to leave social media, big tech, Twitter, Facebook.
I think a lot of people. I saw something that there's something going on. Now, here's another question. All right, I'm telling you, I'm gonna flip the script on you now. All right, with COVID-19 vaccines, okay, have you heard about this? Everybody with the stimulus check, and we all got it and helped out. And like I said, if it was Trump was trying to give us another one, and it's been back and forth. But a politician the other day said, "Would you Americans who are willing to take Corona vaccine will get a $1,500 stimulus check?"
Oh no, dude! You said that.
Oh, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you which one it was. Give me a second. I had it written down here.
And just to show everybody, this is a official thing that we have launched. Big Texit, which is a hashtag I created, kind of like Blexit, the black exit from the Democratic Party. Big Texit. Basically, I'll just read this for anyone that's listening. Congress is failing to defend us on social media censorship. They refuse to revoke Section 230 despite clear violations of the agreement. Ted Cruz and a few other patriots in Congress can't do it alone. Ultimately, big tech doesn't care about us. They continue to censor us and tell us that they aren't because they feel we need them. Let's show them we don't need them. Let's pledge today that on January 21st, we will leave big tech, and that's Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, obviously, and use all of these other social media alternatives like Gab, MeWe, Rumble, BitChute, Parler. That's my thing there. That's something I'm doing, and I'm after January 25th. I'm gone. I'm not using any of these platforms anymore. I may use YouTube occasionally just to upload podcast clips, but I'm done, dude.
No, you can't leave Facebook. I love you.
Well, I may keep my personal one just to communicate with family.
Yeah,
I'm deleting the real NSE one. So.
Oh, you gotta bring me over. You know that. We gotta get it over. And I've been getting a lot of things from real NSE too. Every time I see it, you see it too. So, but the gentleman's name that said that, he was a former Democratic congressman and presidential candidate, John Delaney.
He said, "What did he? Let me look at it."
Has suggested giving Americans who are willing to take coronavirus vaccine a $1,500 stimulus check. So here's your incentive if you take the vaccine. $1,500.
Unreal, dude.
Yeah, because it's a tactic. It's a tactic. It's like that dude. It's like you have a bone in front of a dog. You're like, here, you want it? You want it? Sit. Basically, doing the same thing. It's a tactic. It's like when you have a kid. If you're gonna go ahead, if you do good today, I'll give you this cookie.
Yeah. Let's see what he has to say. I haven't listened. I haven't heard this.
Two crises in America at once: the health one as well as the economic. My next guest has offered up a solution to connect and perhaps solve both. In an essay in the Washington Post, former Maryland Congressman John Delaney, who also ran for president this cycle, writes, "Pay Americans to take a coronavirus vaccine." He joins me now. Okay, Congressman, make the case.
So the case is very straightforward, Michael. The most important thing for us to do at this moment in time is to get 75% of the American people vaccinated with the 3 and soon to probably be 4 or 5 vaccines that will be available starting
Holy shit.
at the end of this year, early next year. And right now, only about 58% of the American people say they will take the vaccine. So what I think we need to do is create an incentive to get that number up to 75% as quickly as possible. That will save lives. That will get our economy back much sooner. And the way to do that is to tie it to a stimulus plan where we give the American people $1,500, which they should have had already if we had done a relief bill, and if they take the vaccine. So it's a very straightforward approach.
Some will say, why reward the irresponsible among us?
You know, that's kind of an ideological response, and this is a practical solution, right? This pandemic, the tragedy of this pandemic, more than 250,000 Americans have lost their lives, over 1,000 a day. They estimate that half of the small businesses in this country won't open up again or reopen. The depths of this tragedy are extraordinary. So what we need is practical solutions to get this behind us and end this pandemic. And the vaccines will do it, but the existence of vaccines actually doesn't do it. What does it is actually being vaccinated. And this solution is designed to get more people vaccinated. Around the world, these kind of techniques.
Dude, what the hell?
Exactly, man. I told you it's in the center. You know, he's smart. No, it's not something stupid. He's smart. A lot of people are going through a financial crisis. I mean, I'm just getting my head above water, treading water with bills and everything else. You know, I'm still, behind on what happened, but I'm doing it my way and stuff and doing it. Did the relief bill help? Yeah, it did help when we got it. It helped out. And would another one help? Yes, but at the same time, I'm not going to look for that handout when I got a job and I work and all that. And would it help? Like I said, yes, it would help, especially now. A lot of people that are struggling, yes, it's going to help them out. But where's that money going to come from? That money is going to come from higher taxes. It's going to tax the shit out of us.
Exactly. Yep.
You know,
not only that, dude, but you should, if you have the money to do that, then the government should be giving us that anyway, and not making us. That's almost medical tyranny, bro. Saying here, take this.
It is,
and we're gonna give you
socialism.
It's ridiculous. I'm not taking it.
I'm not. All right, listen to this, okay? I don't take the flu shots. My mom don't take the flu shots. My dad was in the military and he hated the fucking flu shots. Excuse my language. Sorry, guys, I cuss a lot. I'll try to tone it down. But but I don't take the flu shot. I don't like the flu shot because basically they're infecting you with the virus already.
Yeah.
And so I mean the coronavirus, I don't know what the results will be, what the effects are gonna be. Why am I gonna take something that nobody knows about? I don't know, what it's going to do. They said, it affects a lot. So I'm not going to do anything until I know 100% certain that, it's going to help me out. Then maybe, a 1% maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I posted this the other day on my Facebook. I said, don't take the flu shot if you, unless you do your own research, man. Because people, when you get a flu shot, which I haven't got one in I don't even know how long, because I don't do it, because there's side effects, dude. Read the insert of a flu shot.
Yeah, there is.
This, that, the other, cancer. It's like, dude, so you're going to tell me you're going to inject me with this, and I'm going to get sick as fuck from it, and you're going to tell me I could get all of these things? No, I'm good, man.
It's like those commercials that you see, like, for like, I don't know, like, so that if you're experiencing this, don't take this, call your doctor. But this can cause this, and this cause cancer, cause a bad erection, cause this, cause that, cause your hair fall out. What the fuck? Cause your balls to drop? What the hell?
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous, man. All right, so let's get into some things here, and then we can wrap up. I appreciate you being here, man. It's been a blast so far. You enjoying it?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I want to do one tomorrow now.
Dude, we can totally do that, man. Another one this weekend for sure.
Heck yeah, the weekend update, bro.
Yeah, and all right, so this is something I just saw and we were getting ready. The president did this on Facebook. So what we're gonna do now is just kind of read and react.
All right.
Especially for you. I want to get your take on some of this stuff. And then I could commentated on it as well. So this is from the president's official Facebook. Thank you, Senate President Karen Fann, House Speaker Russell Bowers, and all for that's a cool name, Russell Bowers. Bowers, and all for what you're doing in Arizona. So this is an Arizona update. A fast check of signatures will easily give us the state. Votes against have been reduced to a very small number. So this is a press release. I'm just going to read over it here. That was released from Arizona State Legislator for today. Actually, just released today. This was posted 3 hours ago, so immediate release. Again, this is for Arizona. Legislative leaders call for audit of Maricopa County election software and equipment. Let's see. Okay, Phoenix State Capitol Senate President Karen Fann and Speaker of the House Rusty Bowers. Yeah, see, Rusty Bowers. That's a badass name, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Rusty Bowers. I would never go by Russell if I could go by Rusty.
Really? It's funny. I got a friend named Russell, and he hated the name Rusty when we were messing with him.
Oh man. Okay, today.
And he's a cop now in Georgia.
Yeah, he don't like me called Rusty.
He does it. I mess with him all the time. Honestly, I was gonna send him. I'm sending him our link right now.
Yeah, you should, bro. All right. Excuse me. Today called for an independent audit of the Dominion software and equipment used by Maricopa County in the 2020 general election. The two leaders, along with incoming Senate Government Chair Michelle Ugenti Rita and House Majority Leader Warren Peterson, had numerous phone calls with members of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. Quote, as a longtime advocate of improving and modernizing our election system, I am pleased to learn that Maricopa County Board of Supervisors is supportive of conducting an independent audit of their voting software and equipment, said Senator Ugenti Rita. It is important we maintain all of the voting public's confidence in our election, and this is a positive first step in the right direction. And then the end quote, and another quote: a significant number of voters believe that fraud occurred, and with the number of irregularities, it is easy to understand why, said House Majority Leader Peterson. Let's see, where was I? Sorry. Especially concerning are the allegations made surrounding the vendor Dominion. It is imperative that the county immediately do a forensic audit on the Dominion software and equipment to make sure the results were accurate. So that's a huge thing right there, man.
That is. It's a big thing, bro.
That's big. And Arizona is a very close margin. Very
close margin. I couldn't believe that it was, that it went to him, because at one night, he's leading big. And then all of a sudden, next is like, boom.
Yep.
What happened?
Why did they do it in the dead of night? Why do you think?
Because no one was watching. They got rid of everybody else. So, a thief in the night, bro.
Hey, we're gonna stop counting. You guys go ahead. We'll come back in the morning. I'll see you. And then when they come back and say, "Well, Joe Biden won. We've already found the votes. We got him right here. We found him when you left." Wait, I thought you said we're gonna stop counting. Get the fuck out of here, man. That pisses me off, dude. Win an election on your own, bro. And what aggravates the shit out of me is that Joe Biden is not even coming out saying, "Yes, find out what happened. All these irregularities and all this evidence need to be looked into."
He's the media president.
Instead, he's saying, "It's over. Let's move on. Let's all work together." Wait, no, old man, it's not over. First off, the Electoral College hasn't even met. And number two, there's all this stuff going on. There's legal battles out the wazoo. So just chill. If you want to be a legitimate president, then prove it.
That's true. You are correct. You are correct, sir. You are absolutely correct, man. I mean, Trump knew this was coming before the election. That's why he was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
He knew it. He knew they were going to do this. Listen, they couldn't impeach him, so they had to find something else.
Yeah.
And then try to go at him with the releasing the information was to what was it Ukraine? Was he talking to the one dude that he had that released the phone calls? You know what I'm talking about, correct?
Oh, when he got impeached?
Not when he got impeached. They were trying to impeach him, and they did that. But then he released some phone calls that they were saying, no, he should have never done it. I think it was him or somebody else. They released phone calls.
Oh yeah,
and they were trying to go. They were trying to go at him. There was another way, and then they did that act. And then you remember when he caught COVID, Nancy Pelosi, I think it was the 25th Amendment. She tried to invoke that he was incompetent. No.
Yeah,
Here's
and
the
then
thing.
he released that picture of him working on all this shit in the
Yeah.
hospital. Bitch.
Nah, he does this. This is why it's not for Trump. It's not for Trump.
Yeah,
It's for Joe Biden. Remember, he's old. He has probably dementia. He has stroke. So what did he do? They're gonna say he's incompetent. So what's gonna be the next agenda? Is to get liberal ass Kamala Harris and put her in there.
Yeah. And speaking of that, that's a great segue. Did you see the news today that Joe Biden jokingly said, if because he just did an interview, a joint interview with him and Kamala, excuse me, and they said, how are you gonna handle it when you're VP and you disagree on something fundamentally? And he said, well, I'm just gonna say that I got sick or something, and I'm gonna step down so she can take over.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That's not a setup for something. I don't know what is, bro. I mean, that's telling you something right there, dude.
Yeah.
That's writing on the wall.
Here we go, right here. Bingo. Joe Biden says he'll develop some disease and resign if Kamala Harris disagree. There's a clip here. You want to watch it?
Yeah, go ahead.
But all kidding aside,
the first lady to be told me she holds them for you.
yes, she does, but not with she and Kamala have become friends.
Yeah.
But all kidding aside, it's a matter of the thing. We are simpatico on our philosophy of government and simpatico on how we want to approach these issues that we're facing. And so I don't have, and when we disagree, it'll be just like, so far it's been just like when Barack and I did. It's in private. She'll say, I think we should do A, B, C, or D. And I'll say, I like A, don't like B and C. And it's go, okay. And I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
Oh, wow.
We haven't, and we discussed at length our views on foreign policy, on domestic policy, on intelligence. And the great thing is she has a background in the Senate on intelligence, the Intelligence Committee. She has a background in the Senate on a whole range of things that are going to be pertinent to what we have to do. But it's going to be, I think so much is going to be incoming, Jake.
Yeah.
It's a matter about who takes what when.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell you, Mr. President-elect, that the NAACP.
All right, man. You said you got to take a piss.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, go ahead. I'm going to queue up the next articles we're going to read.
Hey guys,
Yeah, bro. Yep.
All right. Go ahead, bro.
Man. Yep.
Make sure you shake. You didn't hear me? Oh, you didn't hear me. All right, guys. So I just want to go ahead and take this time to thank you guys so much for watching. We have a couple of viewers live right now. I had a couple hundred people watch the last podcast, so I am very thankful for that. God bless you all. Thank you so much. That means so. Like words can't even put into. I can't even put into words how good that feels. The skyrocketing views on the website. Great monitor. Great. I can't even talk. Great feedback coming. All that. So I'm very thankful for that. Links will be down in the description if you want to follow me. Also, Rollz, he is also the co-founder of Real NSC, has been taking a break from writing. He was our sports writer for a while. So his links will be down below as well if you want to check him out. But yeah, I mean, this will be every Friday. Every Friday, we're going to be doing a live stream. I'm very happy that we were able to do a live stream. That's definitely the way to go. So yeah, that's about it. Just waiting for Rollz to come back. Hopefully he's shook and wash his hands. Let's see up some of these other articles here we got to go through, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. I got a bunch of articles to talk about.
Had no fear. Rollz is here.
Man, did you shake and wash, bro?
I hope I did. I heard you don't do that. COVID stays away. Of course I wash and shake, man. I got a house full of girls in this house, man. I got to make sure everything's clean. I got 4 girls in my house. I came out of a house of 4 boys, and I got nothing but women in my house now.
Yeah, you got to leave that down.
Yeah, man.
All right, so this is we're gonna go into a couple. We're gonna kind of speed it up a little bit with the articles.
Yeah.
Through the news. So this just came out as well from the Post Millennial.
Oh, I did see that.
You seen this?
I saw an article today. I was scrolling through my Google and that popped up. I didn't get to watch it, but I was looking at it.
Nancy Pelosi, she blocked COVID relief for months. This is unreal. So let's watch it.
Yeah.
Let's watch the Crypt Keeper talk about COVID.
Accept half of a loaf months ago when you said I'm not going to accept half a loaf.
Look, I'm going to tell you something.
Now,
Don't characterize what we did before as a mistake, as a preface to your question, if you want an answer. That was not a mistake. It was a decision, and it has taken us to a place where we can do the right thing without other, shall we say, considerations in the legislation that we don't want. Now, that is it. Now, the fact is, I'm very proud of where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
oh no!
Oh man!
See, I can't stand her. She needs to go.
She really does need to go, man. Like,
I thought she was almost out, man.
She's terrible, man. Like, oh man! And did you see 5 House seats were flipped in California to red?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. They're slowly turning, and you know what it is? They're slowly turning. They're slowly turning from red. I'm telling you, to red.
Shit, man. Come on, dude. People out here struggling with money because you told us to shut down. You told us to close down.
She went to go get her hair done.
Yeah, and you told us that we couldn't have X amount of people in our company. You told us that. Now help us, man.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of handouts, but bro, people are losing businesses, man.
They're losing jobs. People are losing their houses. They're losing their jobs.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
I mean, it's a trickle effect, man. It's going to be a trickle effect no matter what. It's going to be a trickle effect. All right. They want corporate America. That's what they want. They want corporate America. When everybody fails to realize America was founded by the small business, man. You know, the average Joe that started something and worked their way up. It may not be millionaires, but you know what? They do a damn good job of, providing, and are the backbone of this nation.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, so this one here, there's the beast Rudy Giuliani. I love Rudy, man. He's so cool.
Rudy.
All right, so breaking: Trump team files new Georgia lawsuit after smoking gun video evidence. Did you see this video of them pulling out?
I saw the article, not this article, but a article about this, but I didn't really get into it too much.
You didn't see the video
of the
people pulling out whatchamacallits?
No, I didn't see that one.
Let me see if this.
Let's see. I may have.
I don't think this is it, but let's see.
I don't know. You don't trust Twitter, man.
All right, here we go.
1 p.m. here on the East Coast, 10 a.m. on the West. Today is Friday, December the 4th. Just 3 weeks until Christmas and even less time until the Electoral College votes to make Joe Biden president. But there is a brand new legal challenge to talk about this hour. The Trump campaign has just filed a new lawsuit in Georgia. The design of this lawsuit is to overturn the results of the election. This after newly released surveillance video shows a woman pulling what appears to be a suitcase out from underneath a table that allegedly contains...
Yes, I did see that one.
This also comes after poll watchers were let out of the room at the State Farm Arena in downtown Atlanta. Ballots were reportedly counted for hours without any election supervisors or Republican.
So just what he said right there. So for anybody that's watching this saying you don't know what's in those ballots or in those boxes, it doesn't matter, because first of all, they kicked out the Republican poll watchers. That alone is illegal and against Georgia election law. Therefore, any ballots that were counted during that time frame need to be thrown out by law. That's law. Those ballots need to be thrown out. Anything counted between this time and that time, whatever time this is, are illegitimate votes. That is the law. So that's how everyone keeps asking. My phone's blowing up every day. What do you think? How does Trump going to win? How is he going to win? This is how he wins.
Exactly.
All this shit that's coming out, all this evidence, mountains of evidence, affidavits, these videos, and they're damning. This is how he wins, because when they got thrown out, the Republicans poll watchers got thrown out by state law, that those votes cannot be counted. Those need to be thrown out. And just so you know, why do you think they got thrown out? Because they're cheating and bringing in ballots for Joe Biden. So that is how he wins and gets 4 more years. Very simple. And how do you have those thrown out? You go to local courts in the states that it happened, and most likely those will be thrown out because they're probably the same people that are rigging it in a lot of cases. But then they go to the Supreme Court, U.S. Supreme Court, which we have a majority, which Trump himself appointed 3 of them. The Republicans, conservatives have the majority, so they will overturn it. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is that, all these news outlets are reporting that, Trump team loses lawsuit. Now, that doesn't really matter, because before you can go to the Supreme Court, I just want to make this really clear. Before you can go to the Supreme Court, you have to go through these lower courts. So you have to basically be turned down by them, and then you have to appeal it to the Supreme Court. That's how it works. And of course, I'm no lawyer, but I've just done my research on it, and I've watched enough of this shit to know that, so that's where it's at right now. Unfortunately, you can't just go to the Supreme Court and say, hey, this is that. You need to have basically a record. You have to work your way up before you can go to the Supreme Court, or else everyone would go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for real. I understand that.
Yeah. So let me just watch this a little more here, and then we
Poll
can.
watchers present. This is being reported by several sources, including Atlanta's CBS station. Now
They're bringing coolers, from what I heard too,
for a signature audit, saying this new testimony and this new video has raised additional questions. President Trump, who recently said he was embarrassed for endorsing Kemp, is now doubling down on Twitter. Quote, people in Georgia got caught cold, bringing in massive numbers of ballots and putting them in voting machines. Great job, Governor Brian.
I love Trump.
A little sarcasm, perhaps, there. Let's welcome in now Newsmax White House correspondent Edward Robinson, who joined us from Washington.
All right, that's enough of that. I love Trump. Good job, Kemp. Good job. Yeah, so I guess just read this real quick. It was announced on Friday that the Trump campaign has filed a new lawsuit in Georgia with the intention of overturning the results of the general presidential election in that state. This comes after Georgia Senate Judiciary Committee hearing showed surveillance footage alleging that it exhibited. I'm sorry.
Put your glasses on, man.
Exhibited poll workers counting ballots after observers have left for the day, which is illegal. The attorney who explained the footage, Jackie Pick, said that the ballots that were counted had been hidden under tables until GOP poll watchers were no longer present at the State Farm Arena, where absentee and military ballots were being tabulated on Election Day, November 3rd. Boom. That's how we take back Georgia, baby. Right there.
The bomb drop right there.
Yep. And then this is pretty interesting too. Do you know who this
Joe?
Do you know who this chick is?
I think she accused him of
Tara Reid.
Assault, wasn't it? Sexual assault.
Is an article on Real NSC by this guy named Nicolas Bowling. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I wonder who the hell that is.
He's probably a Democrat.
Probably. Damn bastard.
All right, so this is a quick read, and I want to play a little bit of the video because what she says is she slams the fuck out of the DNC, Kamala Harris, Biden. Yeah, let's just play. I'm gonna just play the video.
Very top. How does it make you feel that the man that you accuse of sexually assaulting you, many other women as well, could possibly become the most powerful man in this country?
It's hard to describe, but it's surreal, and it's very uncomfortable. He was vice president at one time, and I went through a hard time during that. I had thought, back when he was vice president, my daughter was quite young, and I was afraid to speak out at that time. But emotionally, it was hard. But I kept, I only pulled a few close friends. I didn't come forward to the press at that time. But it was hard then, and it's hard now, even more so. And, I had hoped back then that he had changed. And then in 2019, when Lucy Flores and the other 6 women came forward, it was clear that he had continued the behavior I experienced in 1993 and had not changed.
After there was this attempt to silence you, at this point, Kamala Harris.
This is so important. I want to pause it for a second because this is so important what she says here, the point that she brings up. And by the way, this lady used to work for Fox News, the one on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, so Newsmax is really pumping some good content out, man. They got some Fox News people that came over since they changed. Fox News is more liberal now.
Well, Disney bought them out.
Yeah, that may be it. But anyway, so this is really important what she says about Kamala Harris being a hypocrite. Because Kamala Harris, when Tara Reid, this chick came out and said that Joe Biden did this to her, Kamala Harris said, "Yeah, I believe you. I believe what this is terrible." And then
I remember that.
Yeah,
and
and
slamming Joe Biden.
Yeah, and then now you're his vice president. What?
Yep, told you, man. It's a plan.
With him and be the vice presidential pick, but previous to that, she had said she believed you.
Yeah, she said she believed the women that came forward. I don't know if she changed her mind or simply, kind of in that swept up in that will to power. But we'll see what happens once she's in a position of power, if she addresses him and, calls him out for what happened.
Major show that he has had of appointing all of these women in high profile spots within his administration. Why do you think he's doing that?
Well, I think what the hypocrisy that I've noticed all along throughout the election is the Democratic Party using the Me Too as a shield and basically professing that they're champions of women's rights, when that's not the truth. Actually, they've been complicit with predatory behavior and misogyny, and that's been clear through the Epstein case, through my case, through others, through going back to Harvey Weinstein, when Hillary Clinton tried to cover it up and tried to pull the plug on the NBC special about Rose McGowan when she came forward. So it's gone back, throughout the decades. The Democratic National Committee, basically, in my opinion, is being complicit with empowering sexual predators.
Yeah, I read your
Dude, that right there, she said the DNC is complacent with empowering sexual predators, man. Oh, Lord.
Remember that Me Too movement a while back?
Yeah, man. With Judge Kavanaugh, that was terrible, man.
Yep.
Yo, this right here is crazy, and I don't know why more people aren't picking up on this. This is not an exclusive for us, but I was one of the from what I could see, the only people that is reporting on this. This guy, do you know what Dominion is?
I haven't heard of it, man. Honestly.
Okay, so yeah, no problem. So Dominion is the software that is used on all of these vote counting machines, and Dominion is actually a foreign company that it's a long story, but they're really shady. They were designed.
My mom was talking about that now. Now you bring that up. My mom was talking about that.
Yeah, so they started.
They had it by, I think, Venezuela or China's involved in it.
Exactly, Venezuela, and they purposely built it to switch votes so that Hugo Chavez could stay in power. So shady. That's what that attorney Sidney Powell's looking into. But this guy he claims to be a Dominion contractor for them. And I'm not going to play the video. It's pretty long, but basically, I'm just going to read it. A man that claims to be a contractor for the voting company Dominion, counting company Dominion. He does not say he does not say his name during the video. He starts off the video reluctantly saying, "Well, I'm going to probably be fired for this." Well, what he lays out in the 13-minute video is quite shocking. He says that he feels that Rudy Giuliani is looking into is barking up the wrong tree, as they probably won't find anything on the machines because the coding is set up so good. He breaks down how the Dominion system works. At one point, he pulls out a USB flash drive and says, "So this flash drive here had all the ballots for Wayne County on it, and I'm sitting here in my living room." So first of all, why the hell do you have that? Why did they let you bring it home? Why is it as easy as putting it onto a flash drive? And then he goes on to say, I could literally go to Kinko's and print out 100,000 of these and drop them off. That's how easy it is.
Holy shit.
Yeah, anyone that has time, this is like a 12-minute video. We're kind of going over an hour now in the stream, so I want to end it soon. So anyone, I recommend going to watch this because the guy seems pretty legitimate. So it's definitely something to check out. Yeah, this is the thing that I was talking about earlier. Why isn't Joe Biden, if it wasn't rigged and he won, why isn't he calling for an audit? You know, it's just election over. Let's put aside partisanship. I mean, there's so many anomalies, dude. You know, something's going on here, bro.
Like they say, if something fishy in the state of Denmark.
Yeah. All right. So this will be the last article, and then we'll wrap it up. So this guy here, I really like him. Jordan Sekulow. He's part of Trump's legal team.
Mm-hmm.
And this video is really good. What he does, he lays it out in such a great way that you can really understand updates on all of the lawsuits. So we're gonna watch this, and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah.
We're happy to welcome Sekulow, Executive Director of American Center for Law and Justice. He's also one of President Trump's attorneys. Jordan, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Let's start, if you don't mind, with the comments that are making so many headlines from Attorney General Bill Barr. He told the Associated Press this, quote, "Today we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election." Now, as we played earlier, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany clarified those comments, saying that the AG also said that a lot of people are confusing the use of the federal criminal justice system with allegations that should be made in civil lawsuits. So first, I'll have you react to all of that and whether or not you wish maybe Attorney General Barr would be doing more or at least not make comments.
Well, I think the comment was probably taken totally out of context because he thinks in a completely criminal mindset as the Attorney General of the United States. These lawsuits that, whether it's the Trump campaign, whether it's President Trump who's filed a lawsuit, whether it's the attorneys representing President Trump in his personal capacity like us, we file in the civil court. So when we allege that there was fraud, it's not like criminal fraud. You can have a civil RICO case, you have a criminal RICO case. So he talks in the words of criminal law, but I just want to point out that when he says the fraud is not something he's seeing, if you look at the latest round of lawsuits where we have focused, and I will tell your audience and the Newsmax audience, we're working on this 24/7. It's not so much about fraud as it is illegal conduct. And there's a difference between fraud and violating the laws of the state. So that's what you saw in the lawsuit filed by President Trump in Wisconsin. It is a allegation that the laws were violated by local election officials in five different cities and by the Elections Commission at the statewide level because the laws of the state weren't followed. That then implicates the Constitution because if those votes are counted and they're illegal, it means it kind of erases votes that were legal in Wisconsin and other states. So it arises to a federal issue. And so that is, again, it's not fraud. It's illegal conduct that violates the law. And that is what you're seeing there. You're also seeing that, of course, we're seeing voting machines being recounted and voting looked at in Arizona now. A judge went from looking at just 100 of these corrected ballots. Those are ballots that come in that are a little messed up. So they try to fix them.
Yo, so that's something as well. In Arizona, they pulled 100 ballots right? 100 ballots,
Mhm.
and found as a sample, they were allowed to pull 100. 3 out of the 100 were either incorrect, which they were, incorrect, like they need to be thrown out, or
Yeah.
they were illegal ballots, illegal. So there was something wrong with them, and that's 3 in 100.
Damn.
So
Now,
just
didn't
like,
they find? No, I'm sorry to cut you off. Didn't they find the military ballots? A lot of them were thrown out. That they
I'm
found.
not.
I know they found some in a dumpster. I know it wasn't in Arizona. I think it was Virginia or Georgia.
I know a lot, but even before the election, a lot of stuff was showing up in dumpsters and ditches, all for Trump.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, so they pulled 100 of them, and then 3 were bad, and then the courts granted them a larger sample. So we're gonna see how those come back. But there's a lot of things going on, man. These people are busting their ass trying to save this election, man, and ensure that the election was fair. Anyone saying that Trump's whining or doesn't want to leave or just sad he lost, they don't even realize that he's doing this. Yes, because he thinks he won. We think he won, but he's doing this mainly, and they're doing it because we want to ensure that the election is safe, bro.
Yeah, it's a sacred thing, man. It's a sacred part of our democracy. Like I said earlier, other countries leave there for this. They fight for this to vote, the right to vote, and the right to vote fairly. And then what if this gets compromised? There'll never be another safe election, in my opinion. And this is compromised like the way it was compromised.
100%, man. And I just think it's funny, like they're ensuring your vote counted, and you're gonna sit there and make fun of them and say that you're just sore losers. It's like so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And then this is another one I want to do real quick, kind of piggybacks off of that one, because I don't know if you saw, but AG Barr, Attorney General.
Yeah, I saw it. He flipped, didn't he?
Yeah, so he kind of said that he was misquoted,
Mhm.
everything. But Trump actually kind of. This is a quick
I
video. Yeah,
think it's scare tactics, man.
I love this. Oh yeah, you wanted to comment on Barr, right?
Yeah, I think it's scare tactics, man. I think somebody got to him. I know they were going at him. They were showing up at his house and stuff like that. I think it was scare tactics. I think they're using mafia tactics, just to, threatening. I read that they were coming up to his house, that they were doing threatening to his family. They were threatening his kids, all that.
Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
look it up.
The,
I'll send you the link. All
right, yeah, we'll do that on tomorrow's show.
Mm-hmm.
So the part that what scares me with Barr is that I want to say he was a Bush guy. He was in with Bush, I believe, George W. Bush. I think, or maybe his father. Maybe
he was with
AG.
Daddy Bush.
Yeah, I believe so. And of course, even though I'm Republican, I do not like Bush. Bushes are
turncoats.
Yeah, neocon, turncoat, rhinos. I mean, they are terrible, terrible presidents. So this is funny the way that he, of course, he just slams him and puts him on notice like he always does. I love it.
Mr. Holtz, congratulations. How are you feeling?
I feel so indebted.
You know who this is?
That's Lou Holtz, ain't it?
You know
the old Notre Dame coach. The old Notre Dame coach.
My life and had
You got a
such
Medal of
positive
Freedom.
influence on it. For a guy that graduated the lower third of his high school class, I feel fortunate to be able to be here, but also to be part of this great country and to be next to an individual that I respect as much as him. So you've honored a lot of people. You go look at all the people and Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. They recognize for what they did. I'm recognized for what other people did. I never made a block or tackle, but I did try these people to make their choices. That's all I ever tried.
He seems so humble, man.
He is. His son coached USF a couple years back. Skip Holtz.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The USF football team, and they didn't do that good. He's on, I believe it's CBS Sports. He's on one of them sports stations for college. He's an analyst.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he is.
Relief may be in sight. Will you support this bill? Do you support
I will, and I think they're getting very close. And
I want it to happen, and I believe that they're getting very close to a deal. Yeah,
You'll support it?
I will, absolutely. Yeah.
Mr. President, can I ask for the response to the comments by your Attorney General who indicated he has not seen at this point any evidence of fraud enough to overturn the election results? Given that, why is now not the time?
Well, he hasn't done anything, so he hasn't looked. When he looks, he'll see the kind of evidence that right now you're seeing in the Georgia Senate. You know, they're going through hearings right now in Georgia, and they're finding tremendous volume. So they haven't looked very hard, which is a disappointment, to be honest with you, because it's massive fraud. Whether you go to Wisconsin, where we just filed a case, or Michigan, or if you look at what's happening in Georgia, as an example, or Pennsylvania, if you look at Nevada, which is moving along very rapidly, or Arizona, you saw those numbers come out yesterday. We found massive fraud, and in other states also. This is probably the most fraudulent election that anyone's ever seen.
Do you still have confidence in Joe Biden?
Ask me that in a number of weeks from now. They should be looking at all of this fraud. This is not civil. He thought it was civil. This is not civil. This is criminal stuff. This is.
It's funny that he said that he threatened Barr.
Yes. We went through an election.
Witness comments.
At 10 o'clock, everybody said that was an easy victory for Trump. All of a sudden, the votes started disappearing, miraculously disappearing. We found much of it, but we found far more votes than we need in almost all of these states. And I think I can say in all of these states, far more votes than we need to win every one of them. And I want to just thank my team, because my team is doing an unbelievable job. And more importantly, I want to thank the 74 million plus people that voted, which, Lou, is the largest amount of people that a sitting president has ever had, 74 million plus. And because the level of loyalty, I've never seen anything like it. All over the country, they know it was a fixed election. It was a rigged election. They know it, and I appreciate their support. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, man. It is. It is. Bro, it's what? It's 10 o'clock, bro. Ain't it past your bedtime, old man?
10:30, bro. Dude, we've been going an hour and a half, man.
Oh, we're going strong.
So, man. Dude, why don't we do this, man? I know you wanted to talk about some sports.
No, we can hit it up tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you available tomorrow to do another one?
Yeah. Just same time. Yeah, we can do the same time.
All right, so let's do 8:30, yeah?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, man. So before we go, I just want to do some things. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a couple people watching live. Also, we're gonna be uploading this to various platforms to go back and watch. So if you missed it, you can always go back and watch it on Bumble, BitChute. Since we're transferring over there or getting away from YouTube, the commies.
Parler.
Yeah, Parler, yep. But let me just say this. If you want to support us, you can go to shop.realnse.com to look at our merchandise. You can go to contribute or donate. I don't even know which one it is. Damn. It's support. Support.realnse.com if you want to do anything.
Sorry, people. We got to put the old man to bed. He's past his bedtime. He's delirious.
Yeah, it's going to support.realnse.com if you want to do any sort of donations or Patreon.
He's younger than me.
Yeah, right. Follow all the links will be in the description. Also, if you want to plug anything, man, any of your social medias, anything you want, go ahead.
Yeah. It's anybody into fishing and stuff like that. I got a page on Instagram. It's called top_water_assassin. You can follow me on there. Also a site that I am on. It's called fishingzone.com. You can follow them, Good Families website. They can promote for kids, family, and anything that you want to do, sell, buy on fishing supplies, anything outdoors wise, even cars. You can do that. Also, my wife, she has a business. We'll put the link in the on our website, pureromance.com. It'll be I believe it's under Christine Sierra, but we'll plug that in there, and just follow that if your wife or significant other, husband, all that got any needs, you can follow that. They sell perfumes and other things for couples. so we can go on there. And basically, that's about it. This has been fun. This has been real.
Dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. That was a lot of fun. I'll put all your links down below if in the description of wherever you're watching this. You can also go to realnse.com. They'll be up there as well in the show notes. But anything else you got to say, man?
Man, no, that's it. Basically, just everybody out there, stay safe. Stay true. We'll get through this times, and just we'll keep fighting the good fight. Listen to us here, and everybody, God bless. We're always here.
Yeah. Hit us up. You want to talk? All right. So thank you so much, Rollz. We will talk to you tomorrow, and we'll be live here tomorrow again, the same way, same time, same place, same ugly faces. And God bless, and be sure to check out realnse.com for all the good stuff. And,
New sports and entertainment, because tomorrow the sports side is coming up.
Yes, sir. He'll be. He's a sports guy, so we'll be talking about that tomorrow. So God bless everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe, guys. God bless. That was fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah, it was great.